April 3rd, 1974, a day that would change the city of Xenia, Ohio, forever. A day of terror, destruction, and resilience. This is the story of one of the most powerful tornadoes in U.S. history. It was a warm spring day in Xenia, Ohio. Birds chirped, children played outside, and life seemed normal. But the atmosphere told a different story. Meteorologists had been tracking an ominous weather system forming over the Midwest. Warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico clashed with a cold front from Canada, creating a deadly setup for severe weather. The National Weather Service had already issued tornado watches, but in the 1970s, forecasting was not as advanced as today. Many residents carried on with their daily lives, unaware of the monster brewing in the sky. At approximately 4:30 p.m., a supercell thunderstorm developed near the Ohio-Indiana border. Within minutes, it spawned a massive funnel cloud, rotating violently as it descended toward the earth. This was not an ordinary tornado. This was an F5, one of the most powerful tornadoes possible. It moved quickly, gaining strength as it tore through rural farmlands, uprooting trees, flipping cars, and reducing buildings to splinters. The town of Xenia lay directly in its path, and time was running out. At 4:40 p.m., the tornado reached the western outskirts of Xenia. It was nearly a mile wide, and its winds exceeded 300 miles per hour. Witnesses described the sky turning an eerie shade of green, followed by an ear-piercing roar like a freight train barreling straight toward them. Then, all hell broke loose. The tornado ripped through neighborhoods, obliterating homes in seconds. Families barely had time to seek shelter before their houses disintegrated around them. For many, survival was a matter of sheer luck. Some families huddled in basements, only to emerge and find their homes completely gone. One survivor, a school teacher, recalled shielding her students in a hallway moments before the roof collapsed. Another resident described being thrown across a field, landing in the debris of what used to be his home. The town's high school, churches, and businesses were reduced to rubble. Train cars were flipped like toys, and massive steel beams were twisted like paper. When the tornado finally dissipated, it left behind an apocalyptic landscape. Over half the city was in ruins. Emergency responders and volunteers rushed to dig through the wreckage, searching for survivors. The death toll reached 32, with over 1,300 injured. Many were left homeless, wandering the streets in shock. Despite the devastation, the people of Xenia came together. Rescue workers worked tirelessly, and the community rallied to support those who had lost everything. Xenia's tornado was part of the infamous Super Outbreak, the largest tornado outbreak in recorded history. On that fateful day, 148 tornadoes tore through 13 states, from Illinois to North Carolina. Entire towns were wiped off the map, and more than 300 people lost their lives. Scientists later determined that the Xenia tornado was one of the most intense, ranking among the deadliest tornadoes in U.S. history. The destruction was unimaginable, but Xenia refused to be defeated. Over the next few months and years, the city rebuilt itself. New safety measures were put in place, including better warning systems and improved building codes. Schools, businesses, and homes rose from the rubble, proving that Xenia's spirit was unbreakable. The tragedy of April 3, 1974, left a lasting impact, not just on Xenia, but on tornado preparedness across the country. Today, thanks to advancements in meteorology and early warning systems, We are better equipped to predict and respond to such disasters. But the story of Xenia serves as a sobering reminder of nature's power and the resilience of the human spirit. The past reminds us of the power of nature, but also of the strength of a community determined to rise again. If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.